New York Red Bulls has completed the free transfer of the United States men's national team goalkeeper Ethan Horvath from Cardiff City. Signed a 1.5, a year and a half deal, and it will be great. New York Red Bulls, they had a disappointing season last year in MLS. The year prior, making to the finals, winning the Eastern Conference. Expected big things last season, just for it's not even making it to playoffs, and it was not the best thing for the Red Bulls. And as a fan of watching them last season, they didn't have it. They didn't really do. So this season, after bringing in K-Well and departing with former players, you can see they want to revamp. And after that, for me, they have a lot of attackers. They have a lot of players up in the top, but their back line is not the strongest. So bringing in someone like this who's been in Europe, who's been in Club Rouge for a couple of years, and made his way to England, playing for Nottingham, for Cardiff, for Luton, I want to believe, and now coming to the MLS, back to coming to perform prior to the World Cup. A lot of the American players I want them to leave, such as I want Gio Reyna to leave Borussia Mönchengladbach. I want these players to get playing time. And would it want to be an MLS? No. I think there's a difference for goalkeeper. I think a goalkeeper come to MLS and prepare here. But for more of the United States men's national team's players, I want them to get out of the teams where they're not getting minutes, such as even a Musa, like I said, Gio Reyna. Pepe's rumored to join Fulham. I want these players to prepare themselves for the World Cup, and I'm tired of seeing all these injuries. Pepe with his shoulder. You have Johnny Cardoso's in and out with injuries. Pulisic was injured a lot towards the beginning of the season, so I want these players to be, in a good team, getting minutes, getting play time, healthy, so they can properly prepare themselves for the World Cup. So with Ethan Horvath joining New York Red Bulls, it's honestly a win-win. You get to play as number one goalie. New York Red Bulls who want to revamp, who want something new, who need to get back to where they were the year prior, and also preparing themselves for the World Cup, which is huge for not just the players, but I guess as MLS as a whole. I think this is bringing huge viewership and a lot of attention to the MLS. You just had Alex Freeman joining Villarreal, which is great. You want stuff like that to happen. But then you see a Josh Sargent being linked to Toronto, even though Josh Sargent has been having a great season for Norwich. So I make it make sense. I want these players to play in good sides. I don't want players coming back to MLS to an extent. I want these talented players to keep playing in Europe. So that whole debacle with Josh Sargent, I don't really agree with. But Alex Freeman, that is something I'm really excited for. Hey, he's gonna be partnering up with Tanner Buchanan, fellow Canadian. So that's going to be fun to watch here. But here we can head to New York Red Bull. MLS season is just around the corner. I feel like this break has been gone by really quick there. I'm trying to pull up New York Red Bulls. So the first match is against Orlando City, February 21st, away. So you want a performance there. They brought in Ethan Horvath. Well, they brought in free agent Robert Vola there. Cade Caldwell, of course, which I like. I think that's a great signing for Red Bull. I think he can bring in a lot. He went to Mexico for a couple of years. And I don't know. I think you need someone down in the wing there. But besides that, you need to bring in reinforcements there. So, and then of course their academy team, and you have Michael Bradley, who is joining the main team, and they did lose a preseason friendly, which is bad because they did have pretty much their starting 11 out there, losing against the USL side. You don't want that to happen, but Michael Bradley, after winning the MLS Next with the New York Red Bulls Academy too, he played in Red Bull. He started off in Red Bull, won with the Academy, and now is in the main team. So I guess that Cinderella story that you want. So you got to bring in the players. Not a lot of MLS teams are making revamps. Inter Miami, of course, are doing their thing, but not a lot. It seems like a lot of these teams don't really care. You don't really see these teams trying to fix themselves after this season. For me, yeah, I would have liked to see Chucky Lozano in red. You know, I think he's going back to Mexico, but play like that. I would have loved Timo Werner, even though you still have Eric Choupo-Moting, just had Cade Caldwell, so there was that. About I always fantasized about that Forsberg Timo Werner dual ship. I think they would have blown up MLS or New York Red Bulls as a whole as well. So um, there's that. Alex Freeman went to Ethan Horvath. Timo Werner went to San Jose. Like nothing crazy signings really. Kai Trewin to Melbourne City. Uh, but yeah, you don't really see these crazy signings from either or. A lot of talents, of course, coming from South America. You have, um, I mean, there's nothing like crazy money, signings. LAFC signed Amin Bordry from Geis. Not sure really where that's from, but a few signings. You don't this season you really see these big money signings or the big player signings that you've seen. Pretty much is what Inter Milan or Inter Miami have been doing. But besides that, you really see a lot. You lost a player, but that's more of an upside, I guess. You want to see these players, especially American, leave MLS to join the top side because that's just positive for the USMNT, and also for the league itself. So there's that. So really excited for MLS this year. Kind of shame teams are not really preparing as much, and especially and also with the broadcast. A lot of things with the broadcast rights, how they're cutting pretty much the whole Spanish thing. I saw that a lot of people complaining, uh, very stupid with that. But yeah. Besides that, I'm really excited for the season for MLS. I know the whole difference of the Apple Plus and the MLS season pass is not gonna be it's not gonna be a thing, which is a huge reason why I didn't really sign up for MLS season pass because it is dumb. I thought you can just get MLS like whatever, but this season, can't wait for it, and we'll 100% cover more on MLS.